Hey there, my name is Elisabeth and my business is ElisaAnne Calligraphy. I create custom wedding invitations for brides all over the country. I'm really excited to pop in here today to talk about how I share my ambassador link for QuickBooks Self-Employed. I've been obsessed with QuickBooks Self-Employed since I first started my business in the fall of 2016. It was one of the very first programs I made sure to get for my business, and it has been incredibly beneficial. I tell everyone that I can about it, to be quite honest. I feel like I'm kind of like the walking advocate of QuickBooks Self-Employed. But that being said, I'm going to share with you guys some tips that you can use as well for talking to people about your link, sharing your link, and just in general putting it out there, because you want to make sure that you get those referrals, that you get those conversions, and obviously that you make yourself a little bit of extra cash by the end of the day. So here are the few things that I have. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but the first one is that you want to somehow hook people and draw them in. So one of the ways I do this is by asking a question, especially if I'm talking on something like Instagram stories. This would also work well if you did a YouTube video and you talked about how QuickBooks Self-Employed has solved a bunch of problems for you. But in this case, I use it for Instagram stories. When I'm talking about QuickBooks Self-Employed, I'll often ask something along the lines of, are you tired of taking your receipts in a bag to your accountant at the end of every year for taxes? There's a way that you can automate that. Are you tired of inputting mileage every single time you go somewhere for a business purpose? There's a way to automate that. So I like hooking people, because if they make that connection first of, oh yeah, I do that, then they're gonna hopefully realize, okay, she's offering a better way for me to go about this. So that's the first one. I also try to hit really hard on Instagram stories around tax dates specifically. So definitely in April, and then during quarterly taxes as well, because QuickBooks Self-Employed does a great job, obviously, giving estimates for quarterly taxes. The thing that I do in Instagram stories that is a key part of this is I do not do a swipe up link. I don't tell them go to the link in my profile or swipe up for my referral link. I tell them specifically, if you want to get 50% off of the program, I have a link for you. DM me your email and I will personally reach out to you. This has had an amazing conversion rate for me, to be honest, because I'm making a personal connection with that person who has reached out to me, with that follower, with that audience member, and they're going to trust me more when I'm connecting with them personally instead of just like broadly advertising what I'm doing. So that's definitely a key approach if you're using Instagram or some sort of social platform where you're kind of putting yourself out there and talking. That also makes sure that your cookies on your link are being tracked correctly, because I believe the ambassador program tracks cookies on those link clicks for a certain amount of days. I do not remember exactly what the amount of days is, so you'd have to look that up. The third way that I ensure that my link is being out there, that it's being shared, is I have a resources page on my website, on ElisaAnneCalligraphy.com. There's a tab that says resources, and if they click on that, there's a list of programs that I love to use and use in my business on a daily basis, and QuickBooks Self-Employed is right up there near the top. There are definitely other ways that you can put your link out there besides the ways that I'm sharing. Some of those include creating some sort of email series that's niche and related to your field, and you share how you use QuickBooks Self-Employed. I've definitely used that tactic, and it's definitely used well. Or writing blog posts. I have 2 blog posts about QuickBooks Self-Employed that, are evergreen. They are out there, they exist, and if people find them and click my link, then good for me. It all turns out pretty well. So hopefully this is kind of giving you an idea of how you can get creative with your link and how you can get personal with your link. It doesn't have to be just something that you occasionally share here and there. It can be something that's like really implemented into your business in a strategic way. So have a great rest of your day.